Hi, I'm Herb, and tonight on Left in the Vale, here we are at Eddie and Angela's house. They called us in because they've been having some experiences here at the house. Angela thinks it could be something sinister, something dark, and we take that very seriously when we come in to do a residential house here. She's got 3 kids. If you want to tell a little bit about the experiences you've been having, Angela?
Well, the first time it was like 5:30 in the morning, and I just seen something in front of me, like particles, and Eddie had told me it was just sleep deficiency because I hadn't been to sleep yet that night, and I believed him, and I was putting my hand in it like this, and it felt weird, and I thought it was cool, but I believed him and just thought it was sleep deficiency. And then that went on for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. It seemed like I was just watching these little particles like dust. And then all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I seen something, and I looked over, and there was actually somebody standing there. And he couldn't see it, but I was freaking out. That was the first time that it happened, and it went on for a few hours of just this thing terrorizing me. There was a bunch of them. There was too many to actually count, but I seen a lot of things happen. Like I seen a woman being strangled. There was a man standing on my bed lifting up the ceiling thing, like trying to tell me there was something up there. But that was the first time, and every time after that it's been worse, and I've had at least 4 episodes. But I see stuff all the time when they're not bothering me also.
Now the other thing we want to talk about, folks, is it's been putting a strain on Angela and Eddie, because Angela will see these things or experience these things, and a lot of the times Eddie does not experience these things. What it took for Eddie, if you want to tell the story when you finally realized that there is something here, or that there could be, if you want to tell that story about you and your son.
Yes, I'd say for a while I was in kind of a denial state. I thought maybe, she's just seeing things. And there was one time where our son, he was 15 months old at the time, he woke straight up and was grabbing the bars of his crib, and he was just screaming hysterically, looking at the wall, looking at the bed, and like something was reaching for him, or just scared of something. And our other son went up there to get him, and he still wouldn't let go of the bars until she actually walked into the room. And then he ran across the bed, and that was the only time, that was the first time that I'd seen that. There's been a few other times where he's just woke straight up and just started crying and crying and crying, which is very abnormal for him, because he always wakes up happy and jumping around. And that was the experiences that finally started to turn me into believing that there's really something in this house.
Now the other thing is, when they first moved in here, they had friends come over, and Angela hadn't experienced anything yet, or Eddie here. And her friends had told her that there is something here, this place is haunted. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Before we had actually even moved in, we brought carloads up at a time, because we were actually from about a half hour away from here. So the landlord had said that we could move in and start moving our stuff in. So one time I brought a carload, and I asked a friend if she wanted to go with me to see the house. And she doesn't believe in any of this stuff, just like I didn't. But when we got to the upstairs, she said that her hair started to stand up, and she just kind of freaked out and ran out of the house and said that it was creepy and she didn't want to be in there. And then I laughed at her and said, oh, you know, it's no big deal. You're just being weird.
Now, once this stuff started happening to Angela here, because Eddie was not experiencing it, she decided to take things into her own hands, and she started taking pictures of these things, which we will show you soon on the computer. She's already showed me and Jen and Tim upstairs. Someone was standing right here.
Seriously?
I swear to God.
No, I was watching you because I'm like, why are you...
Feel my heart.
You completely paused. Holy crap.
I looked over there and there was someone standing right there.
I didn't.
Seen your eyes go over there. I was like, does he see something?
I thought you were
I
talking
know, I
about
thought you
Tim
just totally
upstairs.
had a brain pause because you're just like...
But no, I see, that's what I see all the time. Like, I'll look at them.
They're up in the
They're
attic.
in the attic.
And we would have heard them on the stairs because the stairs are...
Hang on a second,
Yeah,
folks.
you'll hear him walking.
I'll be right back. Is someone up here? Yep. Someone was standing at the end of the stairs. No. No, I ran up here though. You guys want to come down here? You guys want to come down here? Bring the K2. Okay.
Right. Also,
Tim,
the phone right here just lit up and there's no battery in it to do that.
just walk through this area with the K2. If you don't get anything, go back up to the attic.
I'm sorry. I'm not getting anything.
I about had a heart attack when I was standing up there. I turned around and it looked like someone was standing right next to me, and then I moved the camera and there was no one there.
Wow.
Just now. So I told them to come down with the K2. My freaking heart's in my throat, man. I mean, I didn't expect to see
This is
that.
the area where I only visually see them.
Do you want to film me real quick and I'll just explain to the camera what I saw?
Yeah.
Look at that.
No, that's my, I got
Okay.
both of them here.
Well, folks, sorry I got a little excited there. I was standing there and we're doing the initial interview. And if you want to just pan right over here, right here, clear as day, there was a man standing here. I swore to God I thought it was Tim.
Is he tall?
He was about this tall.
No, it's not the one.
And I ran over here. I ran up the stairs to see if someone was up there, and you'll see the footage. Ran up there, and again, I got startled because I thought I saw someone standing right next to me. And Jen will testify, I'm not one to get jumpy. I mean, I've been doing this a while, folks. And, you know, I'm just excited, you know. I'm not scared or freaked out. I'm just extremely excited because that's huge potential to capture some sort of video evidence tonight. If I saw a man standing right here, there's a good chance that we're going to catch something on video. Tim, are you getting any spikes?
No.
Okay. All right, you want to head back upstairs then and try some EVPs?
She said this room is active right here.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet up there. We're trying to get some EVPs and
Okay.
not getting much anything.
I freak when I see it. I'm not like you. I freak out.
No, I run towards it because I thought it was Tim. I honestly did. You
And
heard
I
me. I
run
go, is
away.
that Tim?
And I run away from it.
Yeah, no, I'll go right towards it. I mean, you have to because what it. The thing of it
The
is,
first time it happened, when that woman was standing there, our son was about to get up, and I told him not to close the door, and he didn't want Dylan to see me the way that I was, and I told him, I was screaming at him, don't close the door, she's gonna come in, don't close the door. He closed the door and she came in through me. I felt her, she was right on me. And then he opened the door and she come back out, standing right here, and she's doing this, like dancing at me. The fringes of her dress were touching, sometimes would touch the floor as I'm explaining the detail to him, and her feet were like this, like she, cloth shoes, you know, like ballerina shoes, but they're not real sole shoes.
Yeah.
But then as she's dancing, she had her fringes touching the floor, and then he went to shut the door again, and I'm screaming at him not to